Over at Aldo's place. Got into Rome last night. I'll show video later, but he's going to play a piece of music he wrote for a friend of his. And I knew you'd like to see it. This is his room. With all of his posters, his music, his instruments. He does lessons in here and stuff, but... Ecco il professore. Hey.
Ciao a tutti, tanti baci.
Baci a tutti. Anyway, I want to record this because it's a beautiful piece that Aldo wrote for a friend of his, and I thought you'd like to hear it and watch him play it. So
okay.
I'll stand back. You go ahead and play, Aldo.
This is T-bone, that stands from trombone. So I wrote the piece to be played by trombone. Now I play by piano. And it's for my friend T.B. Tonino Balsamo. So there is a gioco di parole, come si dice?
It's a play on words.
It's a play on words. T-bone, trombone, for T.B. Tonino Balsamo. Okay, this is.
Okay, Aldo. that was really wonderful.
Okay.
I'm trying to imagine what that would sound like on a trombone.
Yeah.
I wonder what it would sound like. Can you play a little on a trombone for me?
I can.
Just a little bit, just to hear what it sounds like?
Just a little
Just
bit.
a passage, because
Yeah, just a-
I'm trying to imagine how it sounds on a trombone, because it has this sweet melancholy sound, you know,
Yeah.
and I'm just wondering what the trombone would make it sound, how it would sound different a little bit.
Yeah, it's a little difficult to play because it's high.
Uh-huh.
But
But you wrote it for a trombone, huh?
yeah, I can try.
Just a little bit. Doesn't have to be a lot, just to kind of get a sense of what it sounds like.
Okay.
Since that's the instrument it was written for, I'd like to hear it, because
Yes, but I will need a rhythm section.
oh, you'd have a backup. So you've done this for accompaniment too.
So, anyway, I can do some.
Okay, just a little bit. Just here.
Some.
This way you can see how virtuoso.
Just a little
Okay.
warm up.
All right.
Other.
Oh, that's nice.
Something like
No, that's really. I can imagine it now better, and imagine.
And this is a little high, so I have to warm up a little more.
I understand. No,
Something.
no, but I got the sense of how sweet it sounds on the trombone, and I can imagine a little bit of a backup, you know, with drums and a bass and a.
No, maybe it's good with this mute. I have this mute. It is very mellow.
Uh-huh.
Maybe I can try. I never tried, but
All right, give it a sound. See if you want to give it a shot.
let's see. Okay. Yeah.
Much nicer, I think. Yeah. I think I like that much better. I think it really adds to the sweet, sad tone of it. It really suppresses the...
This is a very nice tune. This is the tune that J.J. Johnson used to play.
Uh-huh.
The late J.J. Johnson, he just died.
Yeah.
It was Nicky brought
Nick
me,
brought you to go see him when in L.A. when you were there. Okay, I remember. I remember when he went there.
And I am a fan. I was a fan of this man, and he used to play this kind of mute.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's nice. It really adds to that piece because it is a soft, really sentimental, melancholy piece of music.
Yeah.
And that helps a lot, I think. Yeah.
And you have to imagine a piano, a bass, and drum.
And a drum. That's all you need. I know. Just a little piano. That'd be sweet. Oh, yeah. As soon as you started playing, I could hear everything else.
Okay.
But it's just I couldn't imagine it because on the piano it had one feel, but hearing it there, and then I imagined everything supporting it, and it really made it sound good.
So I composed this with a trombone in my mind.
Uh-huh.
So I think it's good. It's really good for them.
It really is, especially with a combination. Yeah. See, on a piano by itself, you can play it by itself, and it has a different feel. But with a whole group, oh no, it's lovely, lovely piece. Anyway, I just wanted to let Aldo was going to play this, so I figured I'd just record it so I could have you all at home hear what Aldo does, and it's beautiful, beautiful stuff. Anyway, I'll put the camera down now, and we'll do some other stuff later. All right, bye bye.
To all of you.
Good. Okay. Aldo is composing. We did just to show me how this program he has worked, where he writes his music. Okay. We did O Sole Mio, a jazzed up version. This is a program he has for his computer where he's done a jazzed up version of the first few bars of O Sole Mio. So anyway, he's entering it right now. He's written it down here by hand after trying it on the piano, and now he's entering it all here. And what we're going to do is we're going to wait till he gets it all entered, and he's going to play it, and it plays different instruments. It'll play like the saxophone and trumpet and all that kind of stuff. So he plays the musical line, writes the musical line for each instrument, and then it merges it together and plays it. And then you can print this out as sheet music afterwards. So when he's done, we'll play it, okay? Aldo has finished he didn't write the piano music in because he has a part here for piano. We string up the volume so you can hear the finished product of O Sole Mio, arranged by Aldo Iosue. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah. I am ready.
Take it away, Gaisano. Look at this thing go as it moves, right? That's it. You did that all in about an hour, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing that you did so quickly like that. That's just, what a terrific instrument. I mean, just the imagination to work to and all the possibilities. You know, that's what's so great. Because another thing we're going to try now, we're going to try to change the tempo and see if that does anything to make it really sound. Because I had this imagining if it was going slower, how it would sound like. So we're going to check it out.
Yeah.
Well, we'll wait till we'll do it. We'll come back when we get it done. We'll see what it sounds like. All right? Well, that was great. Okay, we're trying a different time sequence on this now. It has a little more deliberate pace. It's really an interesting change from the other one, which is much jazzier. Go ahead. That's really nice. I really like that too. I like it the first way too, though. I mean, I like them both ways. I think it works real well, but it's pretty amazing stuff the way Aldo does this, man. And he does this for all of his compositions, and he enters them into competition. He's been a finalist in a number of international competitions for arranging and for original composition too, or is it all arrangements?
Okay, I sent one. Once I sent one of my composition. Yes, but it was chosen. I sent two compositions, the one for Duke Ellington, and one a composition of mine. The Duke Ellington ones was chosen.
Oh, I see. Okay. So you had to use that, and that was your requirement to make an arrangement of a Duke Ellington piece. I got you. All right. I see how it works. But this is a pretty amazing piece of software. It's just really great. I mean, I got to tell my friend Rich, you know, he's been going back into songwriting. I mean, he writes just simpler songs, but I bet you this kind of software would really be easy for him. Can you type words in too for songs?
Yes, I can.
You could do stuff like that too, huh?
I can have you listen the GPT-41 in arranged for five instruments.
You have it on here?
Yes, I have it.
Okay, well, we'll come back and let him set it up, and we'll come back to it.
A composition of mine arranged for alto, tenor sax, 2 trumpets, trombone, drums, piano, and bass. Okay? Aldo.
Okay, here you go.
Look at the flags. The flag. The flag was
The
sent
flag, where?
for
The American flag?
The flag.
The American flag there?
Yeah. The flag was sent by Papa Nonno.
Oh, yeah?
Because the President Kennedy was coming.
Oh.
So he sent a parcel with 2 flags. And I was living at my mother's. And the letter was, you have to wave the flag when President Kennedy arrived.
So that's what the flag is there for, huh? Look at that. Grandpa said it
There's
too.
another one, maybe.
So obviously 1960 something. Who knows
Yes,
what?
okay.
62, 61, somewhere
I
around
was
there.
graduating in engineering.
Graduating in
I
engineering.
was
Huh?
graduating, yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's neat. That's great. Okay, well that was Aldo's other piece that he played for me on the piano, but he played that on orchestra there for all of us. So, hey, thanks very much for sharing all that, Aldo. Appreciate it, huh? Bye. Andamo al
T-bone for T.B. Late afternoon, I settle in at Aldo's place, a nice functional flat on the ground floor. He spent all yesterday getting it ready, confesses it is exceptionally clean for only the 2nd or 3rd time since he moved in. All just for me. The elevator just outside in the lobby whirs in the part of the wall it shares with the apartment when it goes up or down. We decide to lay low the rest of the day and take more time to get reacquainted. He's now 59, our family resemblance more pronounced than ever. We're both older, heavier, a bit more weathered. He's much more gray. His active, smiling eyes move behind his thick, frameless glasses like a couple of excited fish in a small aquarium. Separated from his wife Edda and their carnival ride relationship of nearly 40 years, he lived with his mother for the last 3 years until everything was settled and he got this apartment. Ecstatic now to have someplace he can call his own. He has a son named Franco and a daughter, Raffaella. Aldo used to be an engineer. He became one to please his mother, but never was excited about it. His first love was always music. He changed careers in the 70s and studied to become a musician. He's classically trained, but his passion is jazz. We relax a while, have a few glasses of wine, talk, sometimes in Italian, sometimes in English. He invites me to join him in the music room. He'd like to share some of his work with me. The room is insulated for sound. He teaches, practices, and composes here. He's performed all over Italy, much of Europe, even in Africa and the U.S. and the Middle East. His list of credits is formidable. There's a piano, a set of drums, a stand of trombones, electronics, cords and wires and piles of paper. The room is cluttered and creatively unorganized. Everything the way he wants it to be. 3 of the walls are covered with playbills and posters, blown-up photographs of Miles Davis and Ella Fitzgerald, Coltrane and Sinatra. The other is obscured by shelves that hold a stereo system, speakers, his computer, and a few thousand records. He points out a small American flag on a stick wedged behind a mirror on the wall near the door. Tells me how our grandfather sent it to him back in the early 60s after he heard that Kennedy was coming to Rome to visit. Aldo composes on paper first, then enters it onto the computer so he can sense how it sounds on artificial instruments. He plays some of the compositions he already has stored. Really terrific stuff. I ask him to walk me through the process and compose something small, just for fun. He arranges a few bars of O Sole Mio, jazzing it up. It takes about an hour to complete. The final version's a hoot. Aldo especially wants me to hear a piece he's still working on. It's a tribute in memory of his dear friend, Tonino Balsamo, a saxophonist he collaborated with for over 30 years, who recently died of cancer. A work for trombone, piano, bass, and drums. He calls it T-bone for T.B. and plays it for me on the piano. From the feeling he invests in the piece, I can tell how much he must have loved this man. It's a moody, haunting dirge. My eyes wander around the room, take everything in again, then fall back on him. I note the movement of his body, the subtleties of his face. I know more about him in this moment than any fact could ever reveal. He grows more familiar to me the more he plays. I recognize in him a need we share, a need to be fed by our art, to feast on our imaginations, a need to savor every newly exceeded self we bring into being by virtue of the power vested in us to create. We sink deeper into the strains. We are consumed by our sadness, a sadness made out of nothing. Marks on little surfaces, vibrating bits of matter, a few sounds dying in the air. Nothing. A soft disruption reminding us that what happens to the world is unimportant. Nothing. And yet we tremble. Aldo finishes. I tell him how much I admired it. He is grateful that I appreciate his talent, loves the praise and the attention. It's gotten late. We grab a snack, talk a bit more, decide to call it a night. Tomorrow we're going to see some sights. Aldo's got everything planned. I give him a big hug and a kiss, tell him how glad I am I'm here, say goodnight. I'm sleeping in his room. Next week when Mom comes, I'll be sleeping in the study. As I lie in bed, I stare out into the new darkness that surrounds me. I begin to play pum-pum music under my breath, little memorable bits from tonight. I try to put a face to a sound, to a name, Tonino. I manufacture features, gestures, histories that have no need for facts. I am overtaken by a swarm of reminiscences. The tune continues. Inside the silence is this noise at the end of all we know and everything we have ever lost or imagined. This is my minstrelsy, the soundtrack of absences, anthems for ghosts. In the darkness, I play on, the troubadour of bones.